Hey
Oh,
guys, Master Far here, and welcome to the live stream Meet the Content Creators. And today I'm interviewing.
salutations, denizens of the internet. I'm Firebyte27, and it's an honor to be on stream with you, Master Far.
It is. Sorry about that, man. I accidentally thought we were streaming before, but yeah. Now I've known Firebyte for a while, like over a year at this point. Man, I'm community for all of us. He's really cool, and how would you tell us about yourself, man?
Well, I have been a Transformers reviewer for the past 3 years. I started back in 2018, I want to say, and I'm coming up on my 3rd year anniversary in March. So I'm gonna I'm at least thinking of doing something special for that. Not sure what I'll do though.
Nice. What else do people know you for? Like,
I'm also an animator. I do a lot of pixel animation. Like I have my own mascot that's animated, my videos. I'm also on Patreon, posting like early access for reviews, and I'm also a graphic designer. So there's that.
nice. So you still in college, or like?
Yeah, I am in college though. We had to like I had to like switch to online classes from another college, though I'm totally fine with that because A, it was less expensive to take online classes at this college, and B, the teachers there actually had some experience teaching online classes.
I know you feel those can be nightmares, but so yeah, how'd you come up with your mascot?
Maya, it's actually a funny story. For a long time, I wanted to have like a little cute character doing some of the stuff in the background. Like some people do like the funny type sidekicks, like Dr. Lockdown Reviews has Vaughn. Other people sort of just have like you have Emgo whose mascot introduces his videos. And I sort of want to make one for my channel and just sort of like make someone that my character, Firebyte27, could interact with and sort of like snark with and have banter with. You know, sort of a straight man to my character's antics.
Yeah.
Straight
So what type of voice do you use for? Like, I think it's like Portal. It kind of sounds like.
Yeah, I use a text-to-speech program that is meant to emulate GLaDOS from Portal and Portal 2. However, the site, in all honesty, it sounds close in that it sounds like a female character and it has the sort of robotic tone right, but it's not a perfect match. I have found a good site that does allow for a closer emulation called 15a.ai. Unfortunately, it's going under a bit of construction right now.
So is it hard to do it? Like, get the text to speech into your videos? Like,
Not really. I use iMovie like you do, as I recall.
mm-hmm.
And it's just as simple as dragging and dropping. The hard part is syncing up the lip flaps to her audio. Like whenever I basically have a bunch of GIF files of her mouth moving, and whenever she temporarily stops for a pause, like she goes, "The ankle tilts are extremely annoying. However, they are not nearly as annoying as the ball joint of the head, which is looser than the definition of jokes in the definition of dramatic in Siege."
Yeah, that's really cool. So yeah, what you got planned next? I feel like some people like to know. You got a Rat Trap planned next.
Yes, next time reviewing Transmetal Rat Trap, the Fox Kids repaint actually.
Ooh.
And after that, I have like the next 4-ish reviews planned. After Rat Trap, it's Optimus Primal from Kingdom. Then after that, it's Warpath from Kingdom. Then after that, it's my 80th episode, so I'm planning on reviewing up here.
I'll make you full screen.
Energon, Leader Class, and Megatron.
Oops, sorry.
Because he'd be big. And
I didn't really know.
What?
Oh, sorry, I'm trying to figure out how to do a screen share. Sorry. But yeah, that's really cool.
It's fine.
Is that the original
After
or
that,
the super link?
I think it's the original one. It's not like the Super Link version from Japan,
Nice.
but it is the leader class version.
Oh, they made a smaller one?
Unfortunately, it didn't come with the sword or the missile, but my criteria for review is that the missing item must directly impact one of the alternate modes. Like, if it's a leg, then of course I won't review it. If it's a sword or an accessory, I'll still review it. Because I don't think that contributes too much. Unless the sword formed an important part of the vehicle mode.
Well, didn't it kind of form like a cyber key thing?
It kinda. It plugged into the back of this tank, and then when you pressed it around, it made slashy noises.
Yeah, I think
in the show it was important, supposedly because it like signified the leadership for the Decepticons or something. It
was called.
I don't know. I haven't seen Energon.
In Japan, it was a spark made from sword made from Megatron Spark. They call it the Megatron sword. But in America, they messed it up calling Megatron sword, which he never used a sword in Armada besides the Star Saber, and it certainly wasn't that.
Energon. It was a delightfully confusing mess.
Trust me, Super Link is way better, but it's decent at best. On the plus side, it doesn't ruin Starscream, though, but that's neither there. Now, how'd you get the figure, actually?
I got it on eBay for like $30.
Nice. Free shipping?
Actually, that was $30 after shipping.
Whoa. So, yeah. Care to give a few thoughts on it right now? You know, give a little spoiler as some ideas you might do for it?
One of the ideas I definitely want to do is joking about how this Megatron seems to be having an identity crisis with Galvatron.
Yeah.
Since in Japan this was Galvatron, he was rebuilt from Megatron's corpse.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't really have too much at the current moment on this figure. Aside from maybe the fact they'll do, I'll say, you've heard of sideways elbow action, now get ready for sideways knee action.
And you can play like the My Leg sound from SpongeBob.
Yes, that's definitely going to be in. Just let me pull up the chat. There we go. And I think one of my favorite parts of this figure is just the hyper mode. Just pull out the wings, pull down the cannon, and there. Nice. It's now his super mode.
Hey, it's a lot better than who is it? Snowcats. You know, they just flip it up and output.
Snowcat, proving that Decepticons should always have built-in hobbies, even when it serves as a detriment to their performance.
DJ Omega?
Yes, I have seen. I saw his review. I actually joked about but actually made a reference to him in my Christmas review last year, where I reviewed Prime War Breakdown and the Jet Viacon 2-pack.
Nice.
Just like this McAfee is heavy.
Take your time. And yeah, so what?
Sorry, continue.
What made you want to start making videos, man?
That's actually really interesting because there were a few people who made me want to start doing this. First and foremost is probably Balt Matrix, because he was the first person I started watching when I was getting into collecting. Of course, there's also a couple of other people like Theo Adams. He was the big person that sort of like inspired me to start making videos with his witty comments and his glorious puns. Then on top of that, I think JT Mitchell. He was another one that I saw early on that sort of inspired my YouTube channel, as well as MMPR Toys. More recently, people have had an influence on my channel have been Jobby the Hong and Dr. Lockdown.
Nice. You know, I'm hoping to get Jobby the Hong on here one day if this works out well.
Oh, hopefully.
Maybe have a sing-off contest with him, but that's
that would be amusing.
Now, would you say what made you want to make videos? Like,
it was mostly the sense of boredom, though. I think what it could have also been was there was a project that I had to do for a foods class, like a home economy class back in like 2018, 19, one of those years. I basically had to like do a short video where where we were sort of like making a skit based around nutrition, and that led me to sort of like take the idea of a Monty Python inspired spoof skit, like spoofing news broadcasters.
I love
and that eventually led to me getting the tools to sort of like start making videos, where I recorded a video on my old Chromebook, and then over time that led me to wanting to get like more stuff to like make my videos better, like an editing software. So I got a new phone which could support one. It was like a chain reaction, so to speak.
Is there any way you'd like to improve your videos? I'm hoping to get a personal camera myself.
Yeah, one of the ways that I improved, and not necessarily the footage, was I actually briefly took a job at the brewing supply store that my dad works at, editing videos for their YouTube channel. I've edited 3 so far only. I really hope we can work on them again soon, but that might wait until after the pandemic.
Nice. Let's just hope.
And the thing that I improved on there was my editing skills, because he sort of has a bit more experience in it. He can't do it himself, so to speak, but he seemed to have a bit more of he had a better grasp on timing than I did. And on top of that, the improvements in my recent like camera and visual quality have all been down like a new phone I got from thanks to my parents. So
yeah, I'm still using an old iPhone with a button on it. Still kind of blurry, still trying to get used to it. But do you make customs? Like, do you ever get bored of figures and decide to do something different with them?
I've only done it twice. The first time was a custom Seeker that I repainted into my own OC Seeker, or O-Seeker, Afterglow.
Ooh,
I know that name can be taken out of context in some inappropriate ways, but Afterglow was the first custom I did. The second one was my brother's OC Seeker, Astro Shot. However, the white paint that I used for that turned out extremely chalky. So those are the only 2 times I've ever done it. I've done minor stuff since, like I painted my Grapple's head. Apart from that, I just leave the customizing to the people who actually know what they're doing and actually have the patience for it.
Yeah, it takes a lot of patience. You care to show off Afterglow at all?
Oh, sure. No, one of the mini cons. Well, here's Afterglow. Painted him in black and lime green. Kept the chest orange because I like that. And all the green bits, interestingly enough, actually glow thanks to some glow-in-the-dark paint I applied.
Care to show it off, maybe?
I can try, but it might not look great. Okay. Let's see here. Wait. Is it showing up?
Not really. I think, it just needs to be shown the light a little, but that's okay.
Okay, I can take care of that real easily.
That's really cool. So what type of paint did you use?
I mostly used a company called Apple Barrel. There we go. That's much better.
Yeah, it's a little dim. Like, raise the lights a little. Just shift them a little.
Let me just put on the blinds here.
It's okay. You don't have to show it off now.
I mean, I tried.
I saw a glow earlier, but I think it was a little too dark for that moment.
Yeah, that might have been it. But as we can continue on, I used primarily apple barrel paints, which are just these like super cheap ass paints that I got from Walmart.
Hmm.
I didn't get the reason that Afterglow turned out as well as he did is because I really took my time painting over this figure, especially with the black. I just want, like, you can really see on those parts that the detail is still there because I thinned out the paint a bit. But with the other Seeker, it's like I didn't spend as much time and I wanted to get it done before Christmas for my brother. Unfortunately, I'm trying to remove all the paint off of that one, and it hasn't gone exactly according to plan.
You got to show it off, or
You
don't have
show
to.
off what's left of it. This is the only part I can find, but you can clearly see, especially on the red parts, that there's a bunch of this cheap ass acrylic paint that I used.
What brand was that?
That was Apple Barrel again. Again, I mainly chalk this up to the fact that I wasn't taking my time. With Afterglow, I took my time. With Astro Shot, no, I did not.
Yeah, like I was making 2 customs earlier today. A Cyberverse Ironhide. I didn't take my time. It came out terribly. But I made a Cyberverse Cliff Jumper, and that came out pretty well. It's still trying right now. But, yeah, it definitely takes time. So
and patience, which is something that, unfortunately, with my ADHD, I do not have a lot of.
You just got to keep yourself, busy. Like play a video game, do a live stream.
I also have to keep myself in check sometimes. Otherwise, my hobbies consume me, and that has led to some. Well, there's a reason I'm taking algebra second. I'm taking algebra again this semester.
Do you like algebra? Yeah.
No, it's because I failed it the first time during last semester. It's mostly because I was like, I took the basically took the quarantine as an excuse to slack off on some of my work, and that nearly cost me 2 classes. But apart from that, I've actually gotten really good at doing this whole schooling from home stuff.
I'm still getting used to it, but besides that, have you ever thought of doing like a voice acting or?
I have, and a fun fact, I was originally going to do some voice work for my friend Dr. Lockdown Reviews. If you haven't checked out his channel, I suggest you do so. He is a very funny and talented individual. But essentially, at one point, for his Legendary Marathon, where he reviews a bunch of Legions and Legends figures, he wanted me to do an evil voice for the Authentics Bravo class. Like the spirit of the Authentics line isn't so bad. Like it would have an evil spirit manifest from the ether, and he wanted me to voice it. And I sent him like a few voice reels, and I was like, yeah, this is good. We can work with this. But then life happened, and it got in the way of him doing the review, and he said, yeah, I'm sorry, man, but we just can't do it. There's always next year, of course, or this year, rather, since he does that in, like, December.
And what's his channel called again?
Dr. Lockdown. DRLOCKDOWN.
Okay.
All one word, no spaces.
Could you care to show off the voice you did?
I sort of went for an impersonation of Shadow the Hedgehog, except even more edgy. Or at least tried to give it my best shot. Problem is that my voice is kind of high-pitched, and that's kind of where I tend to skew my funny voices towards, is my high-pitchedness. I have this one friend who who said he could do some voice work for me, who has like a really nice deep voice. But his voices are way better than mine.
So it was a little jealousy, I guess. No offense.
I'm a little jealous of him to an extent because he can do like the narrator voice and like the supervillain voice. But all I can do is like a scratchy Skeletor voice.
I think decent Galvatron.
Yeah, that too.
I didn't mean it like that.
No, it's fine. I totally understand. It does sound a lot like Galvatron from the Sunbow cartoon.
Funny how Sea Spray was voiced by the same guy who played Skeletor.
You're joking.
No,
I
he
mean,
also played
obviously not.
Merman. He talked like that, you know.
Yeah, the gurgly guy.
Yeah, same guy.
Fell in love with a fish.
Anyway, let's get back on track. So, oh, hey, Creation Matrix, and we've got some people watching. Vegetable Hulk. Yeah. Anyway, what are some dream figures you want? Like, are there any figures of certain characters you would like to see?
Oh man, there are so many. I don't have them organized into like a massive spreadsheet or anything, but the short list currently includes G1 Star Saber, a Generation Star Saber, the Masterpiece Star Saber. Let's see here, Masterpiece Sound,
Masterpiece sound what?
and let's see here, the Cybertron Sideways, uh, Cybertron Megatron or Galvatron. Let's see here. Oh god, there's so many of them, and there's also like, oh boy, so many. Let's see here. I also want the Generation Seacons, Generation Select Shattered Glass. Like I said, there are too many to count in like this stream and keep it concise.
You could only count to 21 with your whole body, I guess.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's an interesting list right there, and I hope you get some of them. But
I already have. Like this year and last year, I checked off quite a few of them. This year, I checked off a few off the list with Cyclonus, Tomahawk, and there are a lot more that I've gotten through back collecting. Like I got Landquake, which is the mold I always wanted because of the cool shovel arms. But thanks, I do appreciate it, and I hope I get some of them.
So you ever have any regrets with some of your videos? Like some of them really don't hold up?
Oh man, there are a lot. For one, there's my review of Generation Select Zatar. That thing is so poorly edited. I was proud of it at the time because it was 25 minutes and that was the longest video I had ever produced, not counting live streams or anything. But man, I left in way too many of my takes. Like I had several takes on multiple lines, and whenever I had a good complete take, I didn't like go back through the video to like see how many takes I had. Then again, I'm almost convinced that I was basically running on no sleep during that editing process on a Friday night.
I know that feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes with Starscream, I end up like, oh god, I can't do it anymore, please. I gotta lay down.
Yeah, there are some that I'm proud of, but most of the ones I'm proudest of come from the era where I started using my Lightbox. Because then I had a bit more control over what I said. There wasn't like any embarrassment of, well, one of the nicknames that I've humorously assigned myself is Firebyte can't maintain eye contact with the camera for more than 10 seconds 27.
Yeah, well, you're doing well right now.
Yeah, but that's because I actually have someone I'm talking to. When it comes to the camera in my own home and when I'm recording a video, it's incredibly difficult to maintain eye contact with it. Also, it's really hard for me to emote on camera for some reason. Like, I think that's one of the benefits of doing the voiceover for my reviews now is that I can let my voice do the emoting instead of my face, because a lot of the times when I'm trying to use a confident tone on some kind of humorous tone in a video, my face doesn't really match with it.
Is that why you use Maya from time to time?
Yeah, that's mostly for like banter with her, because like she's like got sort of a deadpan tone. Occasionally I'll have her say absurd things in the monotone voice just for that kind of humor, like in my upcoming Rat Trap review, she literally says, "Now no one will ever look at Rat Trap's crotch the same way ever again."
Sorry, my dog's in here. Morning. Yeah.
That sounds nice. I wish I had a dog.
So which one of you is Pinky and which one of you is Brain?
I'm gonna say that in our dynamic, Maya's probably Brain and I'm probably Pinky. Maya's the somewhat physically abusive relationship between us. Like we're both like we can both like I can be pretty goofy and wacky, and she's usually the calm, collected one. But at the same time, she doesn't like get mad at me for no reason, and when she does, it's usually to keep putting me into my place. Some people have assumed that she's my quote unquote girlfriend in this.
I thought that
show,
too.
but nah, it's more like we're roommates.
Yeah. I'm more down to earth. Like I would never go over top. I did go over top once with that Earthrise Megatron vid where I turned into a Scotsman, but I'm not as competent as you.
I think I missed that one, unfortunately. I'll have to go back and watch it.
Yeah, we disagree a lot on that. Yeah. We've only got 4 minutes left. For those of you watching, these videos will be 30 minutes long.
Mm-hmm.
Not too long, but yeah. So, what do you have planned for the future? Like, where do you see yourself doing like a year on the channel?
Well, in terms of immediate plans, I've got like the next 4 or 5 reviews planned out, but I'm probably going to be switching back to my setup to a setup that I was using back in college. Though I might not be using the light box as much in those reviews. Unfortunately, the dorm that I stayed in when I was at college wasn't big enough to like support to have that light box, so I might have to use the smaller one I used for like episodes 60, like 51 to 63. I can't remember.
For the people in chat, could you maybe tell them what a light box is?
Oh, yeah. A light box is, well, I've got one right here I can show off. A light box is... I should have gone to the other side of the room and just grabbed that one. Well, a light box, as you can see here, is sort of like a little backdrop for my videos. I can put a figure in here, a light will shine down, and then that will illuminate the figure inside and basically allow me to capture it on camera.
Maybe I'll try using that. It seems interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's very good for my format, where I do mostly voiceover for the reviewing. Because then I don't really have to worry about making eye contact like I mentioned earlier.
Yeah, I'm more of a...
I really have to clean up my desk.
Don't we all? Mm-hmm. Have you ever thought of like doing more live streams like on your channel?
I've thought about it, but the problem with being at home right now is that my family is constantly around, so kind of makes it feel weird when if I had to like do an hour-long stream for editing a video. Plus, on top of that, I've also got to do voiceover, and that's really, I don't really know how that would work with the recording, with the audio for the live stream, so I might start doing them again when I go back to college, but now it's probably not going to be it doesn't feel as viable because I really don't want it invading on my family's privacy.
I understand. Trust me, family comes first, I guess. And yeah, I think we're just out of time right now. But yeah, that's about it for everyone. This is Master sign off, and I'll give a special thanks to my buddy Firebyte. Tell them where they can find you, man.
Well, you can find me here on YouTube under my username, Firebyte27. You can also find me on Patreon under the exact same username, as well as Twitter. And yeah, if you want to support me on Patreon, I guess you could go to the link on my channel and click there. And with that being said, yes, this is Firebyte27 over and out.
Yeah, and with that being said, if you want to get your own video interview with me, just go to my Discord and friend me, and we'll be able to talk something out. Remember, that's 6:30 every Saturday, and I will see you next time. And dance.